Welcome to Your Sport Swindon. I'm here today with Swindon trainer Paddy Fitzpatrick. How you doing, Paddy?
Good, brother.
October 24th, we've got a big show in Swindon, and two of your guys, Luke Watkins and Garvey Kelly, will be on that.
Yeah.
Excited to have those guys back out in Swindon again?
I am excited to get them back out in Swindon. They're definitely excited to get back out in Swindon because Garv and Duke understand, and they fully understand the importance of having your hometown behind you. It's all well and good, I've said to you before, to run off and sign with the big promoters. But how do you think you're going to get a load of strangers to get behind you if you can't get the people who've known you your whole life to get behind you? So I think they're both good fighters, they're both good men. The public enjoys them. I think Garvey actually got more followers off of that last fight in Swindon where he lost than the previous two before that. He's had a fight since then and stopped an opponent over in Ireland on the May card. Duke was supposed to be the chief support over there that day, but he got a stomach illness, which actually an infection which he ended up getting burst eardrums because of. So then we had to pull him out with the June 6th fight as well. So he's should have had two more fights than he has right now, and he hasn't fought now since February. So it will be nice to get him back out. I want one or two to kind of get him back in the groove, sharpen him up, and then I'd like to step Duke up. And as you know, that myself and Keith have the plan to have Garvey and Ryan fight each other, hopefully summer coming, late summer or September. And we want to do it and give the guys and give the Swindon public a fight that they can get behind. You know, the boxing in Swindon is doing fantastic right now. Jamie's world ranked and well capable of winning the world title. Lawrence Bennett refuses to listen to anybody else, only himself, and fair play to him because he's moving forward up the ranks in the British rankings with the cruiserweights, and he's fighting for the English title. But as good as everyone's doing, it's nice to see a little hometown derby, and that's what they can have with Ryan and Garvey. They're both good men. They don't need to get rude and crude to sell it. We don't want them to fight over 6 or 8 rounds and have it insignificant. We'd prefer to do it over 10 for a title. So the idea is to build them both alongside each other over the next 4 or 5 fights, and then get them to fight when they're around 10 fights apiece for a title in a fight that everyone in Swindon will have an opinion of. They're already having opinions about it.
Well, that brings me to that. Ryan's trainer has already got an opinion on that, and he's predicted the outcome. Your thoughts on that?
Hey, listen, for him to predict that Ryan's going to win, I have no problem with that whatsoever. I mean, you know, Richard's cool enough, man. Me and him get on. But I don't know if his logic sits too well. He said that because Garvey got stopped by Fahim, and Ryan is going to stop Fahim, so it hasn't even happened yet, that means Ryan's going to stop Garvey. But by that math, well then, you know, Hagler knocked out Hearns, so then he should have knocked out Leonard, but Leonard beat him. And Hearns sparked out Duran in 2 rounds, but Duran beat Sugar Ray in the first fight. So you can't kind of use that logic. But it's fine, I understand where he's coming from, it's all good. We're cool.
Well, you're in Garvey's corner, and you know you're seeing improvements all the time. So you'll go into that fight, whether it's 12 months' time, whenever, very confident, won't you?
Well, Garvey's always had a good skill set, but mentally, in the last 8 months or so, he's grown phenomenally. You know, when he come off that loss in Swindon, he didn't have a lot of fights behind him. That was his 3rd fight. So to lose in front of your home fans like that, it can be a making or a breaking of you. So when he went to Ireland, he hadn't stopped anyone at that stage, and when he went to Ireland, he set from the get-go and went straight after his opponent. So there was a little mental switch that he overcome. You know, he had been stopped in the fight before, but he didn't hang back and overthink and worry about what was going on. He took it straight to him. He knocked his mouthpiece out in 1 round, dropped him in another round, and then stopped him in the round after. So mentally, he can hang his hat on that. And he's improving every day in the gym. You've been down here a few times. You've seen him a couple of years ago. You've seen him last year, and you've seen him now. And your comment to me the other day was that he's hitting harder. So physically, there's more improvements in him. But I think more so with Garvey, it's mentally. he knows he can fight now. He believes it, and if we can match him now right, and look after himself and look after Ryan until next year, I think that's a fight that will help both of them, because one of them will lose, but if they lose in a good fight, the Swindon public will still be behind them, and whoever wins will definitely have the Swindon public behind them and move on to something a bit bigger. So I'm looking forward to the build-up and the fight.
Exciting times. We just moved back to Luke finally. Obviously, a few months back now, you were targeting Lawrence Bennett. Lawrence, because Luke's had a period of kind of inactivity since February, Lawrence continues to move on. Is that still a viable fight for the future?
It's a viable fight. Obviously, it doesn't make any sense to Lawrence right now, and I completely understand that, and I agree with it. He's fighting for the English title. Why would he go back and fight a guy with 5 fights? We lost a bit of ground. Even though Lawrence himself hasn't been busy, it doesn't matter. He had the Southern Area title. He made a good defence of it, stopping what's his name in the first round, Jamie Hearn in the first round. And now he's fighting, is it Matty Haskin for the English title?
Haskin,
And I don't doubt that he can win that too. So if he keeps winning and Duke keeps winning, well, then it would be beautiful to have a final eliminator or something for a British title here. But at the moment, Lawrence is ahead of us. We got work to do. So full respect to him, and we'll keep our head down and do what we got to do. And I'm sure that in 6 months, he will be in the top 10. Luke will be in the top 10. I think he's at number 15 now. I want to get him just 1 or 2 fights, get him back sharp on his tools, and then 3 of the guys in the top 10 won't be fighting for the British title. You know, so there's 7 men above us then, and any of those guys in Luke's 3 fights from now, I'll be looking for Luke to step in with.
Excellent. Exciting times for Swindon.
Exciting times for Swindon. Swindon has never, ever been buzzing with boxing as big as it is now. And it is fantastic to be any part of that. And I just hope we can keep all doing what we're doing, you know. Myself and Keith are working on this next show coming up again together. And I hope that we can come to an agreement now to move forward for 4 or 5 more shows and bring these guys together. Keith has done tremendous over the last 6-7 years of promoting shows. Now it's time just to start working together more and more so that we can make the game stronger, and I think we are doing that. We're getting close. A lot to look forward to.
That's excellent. Thank you very much for joining me, Paddy.
Peace.
Take care.
God bless, man. Thank you.